Let's look at this thing called social responsibility and communism and see if it relates to dog culture. So, in communism, you were supposed to eliminate poverty, promote equality, go with some universal social welfare programs, education, and healthcare. So, we have a lot of those for dogs. We have lobbyists in Congress for the pit bulls and for pet food companies. We have a lot of initiatives that are supposed to improve the living conditions of people, especially the poor. The poor dog owners are often said to be poor. Many dog owners are poor, but they'll still have dogs and they'll still have Social Security and food stamps and other handouts, even though they already have dogs. Um, in healthcare, we have free healthcare initiatives for dogs. We have all types of stuff for dogs, and a big part of it is they're poor, or the way that they do it is they say that they're poor. It's kind of like an ideology, like, oh, the poor doggy, he just needed a home. The poor dog, he attacked somebody, but it's because he was hungry. Oh, they're always talking about dogs like they just need more. They just don't have enough, and that's where this part about the poor come in. So it's also about collective ownership and welfare, prioritizing the needs of the community over individual interest. Now, we know that in dog culture, the communities actually suffer in reality, but that's also true in communism. The communities actually suffer. But in dog culture, they say that they're going to prioritize the needs of the community. And I'll show you a video from Texas about that in a minute. But in communities, they give out free stuff for dog owners to try to like prevent bites or keep fences repaired. They have tons of free programs for dog owners, despite attack after attack after attack. Another grandma mauled, another toddler mauled. They continue to give out free stuff to these neighborhoods, but they're already paying property taxes. Property taxes cover the police. They shouldn't have to give out free things to these communities. But that's what dog culture is all about. It's about constant handouts. And notice here what they say. In communism, they aimed to create equality. Everybody's going to have equality. That's the way they talk about dogs and dog owners, especially dogs, because they try to say, well, a dog is equal to a human. A dog should have every right as a human. A dog has a right to a home, a couch, an air conditioned car, the best quality food, the best quality care. They're always trying to bring dogs up to the equality of a human, even though so many humans are suffering. But they keep promoting this ideology of equality in dog culture. It's all over the place. They call this members of society. Well, they're trying to push dogs as members of society instead of actual dogs. Legally, some dogs can actually be claimed as legitimate family members now. So, yeah, much like communism, dog culture does all this stuff right here. So, look at this. There are many programs available to help dog owners with financial assistance, vet care, national and state specific resources, organizations like Pet Fund, RedRover, humane societies. So you can go to these places and get all types of handouts. You can apply for free vaccines, collars. Many of these places run food banks, so people bring in food for the dog owners. Dog owners that are probably already on welfare, receiving state assistance, Social Security, student loans, all that other stuff. So much like communism, this is what dog culture does, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. This little highlight I have. We have so many lobbyists in Congress for dog ownership, so many special incentives for pet food companies and people that donate dogs out and stuff. It's crazy once you start looking into it, and I'll put some of the sources in the description for those things. Um, but this social responsibility in communism, one of the reasons it's failed is because it led to a disconnection between official policies and the actual need of the population. So all of these policies and laws and special training and special stuff that we do to make dogs be so great, all the problems with dog owners get worse. And so that's this part right here about the actual needs of the population. You talk about Let's get dogs in homes to cure depression. Let's get dogs, with old people so they can have company. But then their family completely disconnects with them and stuff like that. All of the stuff that dog culture claims to be bringing to society, it doesn't. And all of the taxes we pay to help with dogs, the problems always get worse. More cliff rescues, more dogs running into zoos and harassing wildlife, more dogs in the protected state and federal parks. Yet we have more rangers out there to try to help with it. So, yeah, it does not understand the needs of the population. We don't need dogs. We don't need all the expenses and problems that dogs bring. So, it says right here that it created a new ruling class. That really reminds me of like celebrities and politicians that own dogs. They're always in the movies and in the social media, and they got several dogs, and it looks like their life is just so great. They promote dogs like owning a Ferrari or a mansion. But these people have like a dozen helpers for those dogs. They have 3 or 4 people that go on their property to clean up dog shit every day. They have people to wipe up all the extra salmonella that's in your kitchen from these dogs. And so the ruling class of dog owners, like in communism, they influence all of the little people out in society. I want to be like Dave Bautista. He has cool tattoos and pit bulls. Oprah treats her dog so great. I want to be like her. Yeah, but those people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on special care for their dog, and they have special people that take care of those dogs. You get a dog when you're already on low income and you already have people living with you. Next thing you know, your house is full of piss and shit. You got a couple of attacks. The police are constantly coming to your neighborhood. And meanwhile, those celebrities that have dogs are like, ha, 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 we got all these people that take care of our dogs. Look at you. What's your problem? Yeah, those are the ruling class people. Yep. So now let's go to our video from Texas that is going to demonstrate some of this stuff. All right, we're over at the communist state of Texas, and we're going to look at this little 2-minute video that'll demonstrate everything I just mentioned. And we're going to demonstrate a bonus thing about Texas. So, Texas has a supposed reputation for being open carry with firearms or other like defensive tools. And there's a lot of boisterous talk if you're a Texan. Like, I take care of my family. I carry a 45 on my side, and nobody better mess with us. And that always stuck with me because Texas has the worst pit bull attacks on little kids and grandmas and other stuff like that. And hardly ever have I seen anybody use their open carry sidearm to defend themselves against a pit bull. People die, people get mauled, they lay in hospital for days and finally die. But where are the stories about these rough and tumble sidearm carrying Texans being all American and taking care of themselves? Yeah, they don't exist. And instead, they're letting dogs kill their people. Isn't that like freaking crazy? Anyway, sorry, that's a bit of a rant.
Tonight after she was attacked while walking on the north side. Police say it happened moments after that dog and another escaped from a nearby yard. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Mandy Noel.
I'm Jonathan Martinez. Neighbors in this particular area have been telling us that this is an ongoing issue. News 4 San Antonio's Karina.
Okay, I just wanted to show you that part. It's an ongoing issue. Every one of these stories from Texas, it's an ongoing issue. And so that's why this is so crazy. It's an ongoing issue, right? They got more dog laws, more police officers, more money going into animal control, more and more and more pit bull lobbies that are in our Congress, convincing Congress people to send money and help and special training and information for dog owners to understand things. Yet, where are the changes out in our community? They're not there. And that's what I was talking about in our other little slide. Remember, this led to a disconnect between official policies and the actual need of the population. So much of this social responsibility goes into creating a better life and a better world for dogs and dog owners, but it never addresses the actual needs of the population, including the population of dogs, because Texas itself has one of the worst dog hoarding and stray dogs. So the dogs in Texas too are living a life of filth and suffering, also. So the actual needs of the population are never addressed for the dogs and especially for the humans. All right, back to our little video.
One neighbor who witnessed the entire attack, warning the images and sounds may be disturbing for some.
So a person witnessed the entire attack. So that's like I was saying about the people of Texas. I thought they were all about personal protection and family pride and taking care of each other. Well, I guess you just throw all of those concepts in the garbage when it comes to dogs, huh?
Neighbor says the dog bit the elderly lady 2 times and there was blood dripping everywhere. And it was all caught on video. Those screams of horror and desperation from the woman bit by the dog were heard inside of Marisol Buenteo's home.
It's crazy to me that there's like 4 or 5 police officers right there, and they're making this lady, this police officer lady or humane society lady, they're making her be the primary one to take care of this pit bull. You know, this pit bull could probably overpower her pretty easily.
Happened off Wayside Drive near West Avenue.
When my husband came out, she was already on the floor and crying and, in a panic.
Buenteo says the dog that attacked the 65-year-old is known for being vicious and that she and her neighbors have called.
Yeah, known for being vicious, she and her neighbors have called. So, like we said, this does not serve the community. The dog has, so the police have been there before. There's been several complaints. The neighbors know the dog is a problem. And later on in this video, they're going to talk about giving out free stuff to quell this problem. And just like I mentioned, we're in Texas, right? Why don't they just hand out firearms to the citizens then? Let them protect themselves. Why are they handing out free stuff to dog owners? I mean, that may sound a little bit crazy, but when these police officers come there, they have firearms. They have firearms to protect themselves against these dogs. They have these poles. So maybe that's the free stuff they need to be handing out. Because all the taxes that these people are already paying for the police, it's not doing them any good, and it's putting a 65-year-old woman in the hospital.
311 multiple times about this dog.
The neighbor's dogs just came out and...
I gotta pause right here and show you guys something. So we're talking pit bull people, right? Pit bull people, what's always going on with them? Trashy houses. The car has a flat tire. I don't know if it's their car, but yeah. You're in there giving that dog treats, probably baby talking it, but you can't go out there and get your flat tire fixed. Yeah.
They lash out at anybody and everybody that will pack.
Yeah, look at this. This lady over here is freaking struggling to keep this dog going, and these people are over here just like, bippity dippity doo, hoo hoo hoo. So even in this group of police officers, it's like the same thing in society. Somebody has a problem with dogs, everybody just stands there like a fool. This guy has a pole, why can't he help? This lady's nearly fallen over trying to take care of this dog. Yeah.
Passed by, and basically that's what happened. She kind of turned around to like walk away. When she turned around, that's when he leaped over and bit her leg, and she fell over, and he proceeded to bite her again, and after biting her again, she was like yelling and yelling.
The dog was caught and is now in ACS custody. The one.
So this looks like 2 dogs actually. They're saying the dog. They need to be saying the pit bull. So there's more than one dog, you guys. This is a second dog. Yeah.
And was taken to the hospital. No word on her condition.
No word on her condition, yet look at the title. They always do that too. Oh, she's recovering. Yeah, she's recovering. You know, they always downplay this crap. Yeah.
Animal Care Services released the following statement, which says in part, "We cannot stress enough how vital it is for residents to keep their pets secure."
So they're just going to go back and put the blame on residents instead of put the blame on all the massive taxpayer-funded pit bull shelters that are right there in Texas. Texas is full of the 501c3 tax shelter places that fill Texas with pit bulls. Why don't you blame those places that are sucking the taxpayers dry? Why don't you blame the pit bull lobby? Instead, you're filling your neighborhoods with pit bulls under the guise of Like we said, this whole social responsibility. We got to give a dog to everybody, a dog in every home, no dog left behind. The poor dog, he just needs more training. That's the ideology that you push on your fellow Texans and Americans, and then you go out and make a little press release like this. Oh, those public people didn't keep their dogs under control. Darn them. We better deploy about $5,000 worth of police officers. Yeah, it's like communism, guys.
Purely on their property. Loose animals are a threat to public safety, and owners who allow their dogs to roam are breaking the law.
What about governments that push dog ownership through special incentives, and governments that don't have lobbies for actual pit bull awareness, but they have lobbies for pit bull ownership? This is a government problem. Government pushes the ownership of these dogs, and then they say, oh, the citizens are breaking the law. No, you broke the 16th Amendment and other amendments by not taking care of your citizens and pushing these dogs on them.
ACS says potential dangerous dog cases are being pursued. Reporting for News 4 San Antonio.
Okay, here upcoming is the communist part of all this. So after all this crap happens, a 65-year-old woman is in the hospital. Now she has to spend more of her Social Security check to help herself recover because she's got to go home, and help her soothe herself and spend that Social Security money helping her recover from a dog bite. So another taxpayer suck from this dog culture.
I'm Karina Hollingsworth.
Now, over the past year, neighbors in the Bellevue neighborhood have told us loose dogs are a major problem there. Just 3 weeks ago, Animal Care Services in District 1 rolling out a new program in that area. It's aimed at keeping dogs from escaping their yards. Officials say the program provides pet owners with free resources like dog houses, pet food, and solutions to fix broken fences.
So they're going to give a bunch of free handouts to jackass dog owners that allow their pit bulls to put your grandma in the hospital at a surprising and increasing rate. And so that's what I was talking about with the free handouts and social programs of communism. The free handouts and social programs, that's like one of the main theses of dog ownership. Everybody thinks dog ownership is like this profit-driven thing. No, it's a lot more. So thanks for watching, and check the description. All the statements I made in this video, I will have at least 2 sources for them. See you guys later.